the Talkin Wrasslin podcast, where potting is real.
Hello. This is Talkin Wrasslin. I'm your host for the week, Lissy. I think I'm coming down with an illness. I don't know.
Coming down with the sickness.
I might be down with the sickness.
Ooh,
my throat's hurting, but that could be from vaping. My nose is a little runny, and I kind of have a bit of a headache. I could just be...
Could be the weather changer.
It could be the weather change, and there's a little case of the sniffles. I really hope I'm not actually getting sick, though, because I don't want to have to figure out how to fucking request off sick time in the situation I'm in, which we'll get into in a little bit. I'll talk very briefly about it later on. But I'm Lissy, I'm your host for the week, and I have my co-host here. That's Dylan. Hello, Dylan.
Hi.
Say hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello. Hey.
And I have a tiny bit of a cough.
How are you?
So, before we get into anything else, I'm sorry if I do sound a little funky throughout this recording. I'm sorry if I'm coughing, if I'm sniffling, whatever. Also, I am very sorry if in the background you hear chirping or meowing, or if you hear us yelling frequently at the cats or having one of us to get up to separate the cats. Lita has hit the big milestone marker at 4 months old of going into fucking heat. So she's in heat right now. She's been in heat for the past 3 days, and she will not shut the fuck up. And she will not leave Ghost alone,
insane.
and she won't leave Dee Dee alone.
It's been insane.
So Dee Dee wants no part with her, which is great. Ghost, on the other hand, is questionable, and I think it's just because when he was younger, he ended up getting fixed kind of late. So that might have done something at some point. Nothing's gonna happen. We're not having kittens. None of that's happening. But I just want to keep them separate so I can, have some sanity in my mind and not have some fucking weird ass fucking incest pedophilia going on in this place. Anyway, we're about 2 minutes in and we're already talking about incest pedophilia. Hi, welcome.
Sounds like a fucking backyard wrestling show.
It sure does. I'm gonna do my best as being the host for this week. We'll kind of, see how that goes. We have some wrestling news and stuff. We have a good chunk of wrestling news that we're going to be talking about. We have some stuff about Raw from Scotland. Excuse me. A little bit of Dynamite. By a little bit, I mean we're talking about Kenny and Speedball. Because there's no way we can't.
Yeah.
Bit of SmackDown, tiny bit of Collision, and then the Wrestler of the Week that I have yet to figure out. Maybe I'll figure out at some point during this entire episode, but I forgot that it was my week. So, with that being said, Dylan, how was your week? How have you been doing? I'm so tired.
Pretty all right. Pretty good.
Anything fun and interesting happen?
I mean, stupid typical working retail bullshit of customers not knowing how to be actual fucking human beings and just being dumb assholes. You get to curse them out, though. At least I work at a place where I can just curse them out.
Yeah, I miss that from working at Zoomies and the tattoo shop.
Makes me happy that I can at least tell them to go fuck themselves, because I do it quite a bit.
We'll say probably not all Zoomies allowed that, but my manager allowed that. And our DM at the time allowed that, so that was really fun. Yeah,
Zoomies was fun.
I was able to get away with murder there. That was crazy. I once told a woman that my stepfather abused me. And that was literally off the cuff, literally insane. True story, kind of. But
I once called the mall security on Lissy's ex.
Didn't you yell at him from the top of a ladder?
Yeah, I was on top of a ladder and he came in the store and he was and I saw him take a hoodie, and it was an $80 hoodie, and I literally. I'm on top of a ladder, so I'm not even using the store phone, and I literally just go. He looked at me, so he knew I was there, and I know that's why he was trying it, and I just went, yeah, there's some guy in the store stealing a hoodie, and I relayed the hoodie. It was a Lurking Class hoodie or some shit. I was like, it's a black Lurking Class hoodie.
Of course he'd try to steal a Lurking Class hoodie, fucking loser.
I was like, it's $80 or something. I don't know if he's gonna make a run for it or not, but if he does, I'm just letting you know. And he heard the whole thing, and he dropped it and ran.
You start reciting his name, his address, and everything, because we know him. He lives on so-and-so street. This is his first and last name, full, and also here's middle name.
Here's his social security.
His social security number. He works here, in case you need to find him.
That's very funny, because around that time he was dating my ex, who got fired for stealing at like her job, right?
No, she didn't get fired around that time for that.
No, you know what I mean though. She got fired for stealing at a job that she worked at, right?
Yeah, from what I heard.
That's what I mean.
From what I heard, yeah.
That's fine.
I don't know, like, I mean, I feel like it was a reputable source that told me that.
I hope she listens to this podcast. That'd be kind of fucking fun.
Does.
That'd be fucking
I don't think
hysterical.
she does.
It's just this episode.
I know that she likes pictures that I like post of us together, so she's happy for us nonetheless.
Don't like my shit.
Okay, well, I don't think she's listening on this. So she is though. If she is, I will just say that is what I heard through the grapevine. I can't confirm nor deny that. That's just what I was told.
And if she is, I think it's funny.
Yeah, well, if that is what happened, that is kind of funny. I'm not gonna lie. You got to be a little bit better at that. Just like why our Zoomies closed. You know, they were. I guess they were good enough at it, but just not really that great because the whole store fucking closed.
People get creative at the place I work at, but like that's not my passcode.
It's not. That's the passcode for work. I'm so sorry.
I saw you just do it. I was like, you know the passcode.
That's the passcode for the iPads at work. Oh my fucking god.
Wow.
Yeah, I do that to my iPad all the time.
Dude.
I don't know if you ever see me sitting trying to open my iPad and doing it like 5 times. It's because I literally just, oh my god, I'm so fucking tired. Anyway.
But yeah, the people that like the place that I work at, people get creative trying to steal stuff, but like. They really can't because there's cameras all over the place.
Yeah.
And like we have the security alarms by the doors where it goes off. You buzz and you're like, why are you buzzing?
But my week's been pretty interesting.
Yeah, what's going on with your week?
Well, to start off with a little bit less interesting stuff, I have it in my hand, so I'm not gonna. I'll play with it for a second so you can hear, but I'm not gonna play with the loud one. But I just got some like fidgety stuff today. So I have this thing on my keychain. If you've seen them on TikTok, they're called little ouchies, which is crazy. It's like this little cylinder.
Yeah, they fucking hurt.
And it's 3D printed and it has spikes on it, and like you squeeze it, and it's supposed to like kind of like help relieve like a pain stim or whatever. People say that like it helps with like if you pick at like if you pick like at your skin and whatnot, especially like your nails and like your cuticles. And I have a really bad habit of ripping out my cuticles, so it's supposed to kind of help like keep your hands busy and still kind of have that similar effect of like a pain stim. So we'll see. I literally just got it today. And then I got one of these like little keyboard things, and like it sounds like a Razer keyboard. I'm not gonna be sitting here playing with that, or at least I'll try not to. But that's super fun. So if you hear some like jingling, it's kind of just me. We have 2 cats here now as well. That's crazy. Hey, buddies.
Didi just being up on the table is kind of crazy.
Yeah, he learned he can go there now.
He's learning things now.
The more so exciting thing, if you follow me on Twitter, or if you know me personally, hi Bree. I know you just finished with the last episode we released. You were telling me today. So you're probably gonna end up watching and listening to this one while you're getting ready, as you told me. So hello again, Bree. But if you're not Bree and don't know what's going on, and if you don't follow me on Twitter and don't know what's going on, so the store that I work at, which I guess I could just say the company now. It doesn't really matter all that much, because if you follow me on Twitter, you're gonna know what company I work for now. So I might as well just fucking say it. So I work at Starbucks, and my store this past week or last week, whichever, recently filed to unionize.
Yeah.
Which is fucking crazy because our store is a new store, newer. Like literally opened like last year, like middle of end last year. We have not been open for a year at all. And we have had so many issues. And we have finally gotten everything together. And we did what's called a March on the Boss, which is essentially like there's video of it. I'm not going to share it or anything like that, just to protect everybody else in the video, and overall the location. But there is a video of all of us walking in wearing our union shirts, and we have a letter that we wrote to our store manager, our district manager, and the corporation itself. That's another reason there's full names in there. I'm not looking to dox anyone, you know what I mean? So we're not doing any of that shit. But like, so we went, read this letter. Me and another one of my coworkers read this letter out loud, which felt fucking incredible. I'm not gonna lie. Like, here's the thing, right? I have worked, and I've said this to so many of my coworkers, and even past coworkers that I've worked with. I've worked for so many fucking companies before in my life. Companies that I really love. Like, Hot Topic, fucking love that job. Zoomies, fucking love that job. we're not talking about journeys, but like I love these fucking companies. I love the people that I've worked for. Like my district managers were good. My store managers and my associates and everything were fucking awesome. And I just wish that those, like the CEOs in those companies actually treated their employees a lot better than they do. Because I would have, honestly, if I got paid well enough at Hot Topic, like there was not anything else making me want to leave that fucking job. I fucking loved that job with my whole fucking heart. I still would have been there today 10 plus years later. Like, you know what I mean? And the thing is, a lot of jobs nowadays, when it comes to like retail and customer service industry bases, they don't want long-term employees. They want younger employees that are looking for a job in high school, and they're looking for a higher turnover rate so they don't have to actually shell out money. Which I think is bullshit, because I think a lot of these companies could, oh my God, girl, you need to shut the fuck up. I think a lot of these companies could really benefit from having like long-term workers and employees and partners and whatnot. And like jobs, you should be getting paid to fucking pay your bills at your fucking job. You shouldn't be struggling for it. And a lot of these jobs are entry level, and people who might be on hard times and looking for a job to get any sort of income, like, I don't give a fuck if they're 30 or 40 years old. They don't deserve to be making $8 fucking an hour. Like, they deserve a fucking good pay. And I've just seen it so many times with so many companies that I really wanted to see do better.
Also, let me just add on one more thing here. The state of Pennsylvania is just a fucking joke to begin with.
Yes.
Of $7.25 an hour for minimum wage.
Our minimum wage has not changed in years. So
I just wanted to add that.
Yeah. So I have been so fucking over this bullshit for the longest time. And I always say it, and people think I'm fucking crazy for it. I don't give a fuck if you think I'm fucking crazy for it. I fucking love retail. I love retail. I love customer service-based jobs. I love working with the public. I love being around fucking people. Because not only do you give me funny fucking stories to go home and tell to if you're a fucking dick, but also you meet some really fucking nice and awesome people.
I was talking to Eclipse about that.
Yeah.
Fun fact, my shoot job, I work with Eclipse, the guy that plays Eclipse from DCW.
Yeah.
I work with him.
Do you really say shoot job?
Shoot job.
Shoot job?
It's a shoot job, brother. Shoot job, brother.
Get the fuck out of here.
It's a shoot job, brother. Brother!
I need to tell you something my brother said, but continue.
Oh, no. Just like the one day when your dad was like, I didn't want to be a heel. And,
Yeah,
and cut
like,
her off.
whoa.
And cut her off or whatever.
Yeah, my dad really said, I don't want to be heelish and cut her off.
I found
fuck?
I found a TikTok video. I'll get back to my story in a second. I found a TikTok video. I'll have to show you later of like it's a indie wrestler, and it was like when you just talk wrestling lingo 24/7.
No, honestly, dude.
Like, and it was like I got heat with the wife.
The amount of times I think I've probably said, and maybe I haven't. Maybe I just think I say it more than I do, and maybe I'm just better at work than I think I am. But the amount of times I feel like I've probably said to somebody at work about a specific coworker, like, dude, I just want to shoot on her so bad. And they think I'm talking about probably actually fucking shooting her. Like, I say the word mark a lot, too, and people don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm like, no, don't worry about it. I was like, I'm just being a fucking mark. Don't worry about it. And they're like, what? I'm like, shut the fuck up.
But I was talking to Eclipse about it, and I was like, oh, yeah, like, of course, retail's a pain in the dick with the fucking asshole customers and just low pay and shit like that. But every retail job I've had compared to the other jobs that aren't retail jobs, I haven't had a lot of jobs. I'm making it sound like I've had a lot of jobs.
No, but you mean like you worked in a warehouse before and manufacturing.
Manufacturing and then retail jobs. So when you separate them, I've always enjoyed the retail jobs more because I feel like your day goes by faster, and I feel like you just get to meet so many fucking people throughout the day, good or bad.
I've met so many dogs.
So
many dogs.
And like you get to hear so many fucking things, even though sometimes it's like a pain in the ass of like when I ask you how your day is going. I don't need a whole breakdown of your wife is leaving you, your fucking daughters hate you. Like, I don't need that.
Oh my God, no.
But it's funny, don't get me wrong, but I don't need that sometimes.
No, but honestly, we have this regular. He comes in every single day. He is the sweetest old man. I'm not going to say his name. He's the sweetest old man. He comes in and sometimes he gets two. Sometimes he gets two and a hot chocolate. But he always gets a triple espresso with steamed whole milk and 1 pump of caramel. And Bree, you know who I'm talking about. No one else is gonna know who I'm talking about, but Bree knows who I'm talking about. And he is so fucking nice. And like we just have like little small talk here and there. When my windshield wiper broke, I was telling him about that. And I was like, oh, of course it's my driver's side. He's like, it always has to be, the side that you need. It always has to be something that you have to fix. It can't be something you put off. I'm like, I know, right? And like just like small little talk like that. And he's just so fucking nice. The other day when our water went and our store flooded for like the 10th time, he pulled up and we were all hanging out in the parking lot. And he pulled up to come in and I just walked up to his car and I was like, I'm sorry. I was like, we're flooded today. And he goes, again? I was like, yeah. And he's like, oh my gosh. I'm like, I know, right? I was like, we got the plumber in there now to fix it. And he's like, well, hopefully they can do something for you guys. I feel bad for you. I was like, hey, we're getting paid to stand out here and have fun right now. Like, I ain't feeling bad for us. And he was like chuckling. He's like, all right, well, you think tomorrow you'll be open? I was like, I think we should be open by tomorrow. And he's like, all right, great. He's like, I'll see you then. I'm like, well, you won't because I'm off, but all right. Like,
I love
so
the
nice.
regulars that come into my store too.
No, like, you know what I mean? I have a regular and her daughter, the one that has that teeny tiny teacup poodle I showed you a picture of. They live like 40 minutes away, if not longer.
That's crazy.
And they come to our Starbucks because we are the ones that make their drinks the best. And because they also just love us. That rich 19-year-old kid that I always talk about.
Yeah.
He literally just said the other day, because he travels a lot and whatnot, because he's fucking rich. He travels all the time. And he was talking to me about how throughout all the Starbucks that he's been to, in every single state he's been to so far, we have the best staff. We have the nicest staff. We make the drinks the best. We have good fucking people that work for us.
And like that was the thing that Eclipse actually said. He's like, because he's worked like some retail jobs too and everything. But he was like, yeah, and it's either the place you work at either has the best team ever, which we've dealt with at Zoomies.
Oh yeah.
Or
we had dream team at Zoomies.
You have a good staff, but you always have that one person.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the predicament I'm in at my job, is great staff, one person though.
That's kind of the predicament we're in, and that's why we're unionizing. That's not the only reason.
Yeah, you
why
can
we're
get back on track now.
But I will talk about it a little bit on here. I'm not going to go too much into detail about anything, but we're filing this for a lot of the reasons that Starbucks, the Starbucks Workers United are working towards right now, which is the getting better. It's called labor at Starbucks. It sounds weird, but it's basically hours if you put it that way. So having better scheduling and working for better hours, because and that's not necessarily saying like I'm getting like at least between 37 and 40 hours a week every single week. You know what I mean? I'm not really losing out too much on any hours. And sometimes I end up staying late. Sometimes I'm not getting home till midnight. And the reason I'm not getting home till midnight is because the hours I'm talking about is we are not staffing accordingly. So we'll have 3 people on the floor from say 3 o'clock to close. And while that might sound like, well, that's not too bad, like you're just doing closing stuff and whatnot. Well, when you have 40 plus customers coming in every half hour, getting at least 3 drinks a piece, 2 or 3 drinks a piece, and you have 3 people that have to work the drive-thru, have to work the cafe, have to work the register up at the front, have to make the drinks, have to make the food, and also have to do all the strenuous closing tasks that maybe mid-shift was able to get to, or maybe not, because mid-shift, they're fucking busy too, so they might not be able to clean down the ovens and mop down the floors and sweep the lobby, do a lobby sweep and take out the trash and do all the dishes and do all the other fucking, like, do all the backups of stuff that, like, strawberry inclusions, pull like open a bag of those and dump those into a container. They might, while those seem like very small, very time consuming tasks, when you only have a couple of people working and you're all running around trying to get all the customers out because the customers come first, you don't really have the 3 minutes to open a couple strawberry inclusions to put them in a box and date them. You know what I mean? So when all that stuff gets pushed on the back burner and piles up, your 5-minute tasks start looking, and then you're working through more product, your 5-minute tasks start looking like they're at least going to take 2 to 3 hours. And then you have to work through breaks, and there's only going to be 2 people on a floor for a half hour at a time, and sometimes those breaks are back to back to back. So sometimes you're going an hour and a half with just 2 people on the floor, and then you got to work through 10s, you got to work through, and it's not plausible. It's not plausible. The amount of work that needs to be done is more so better equipped for a 5-person play, 5-person people. Or 5 people on the floor. So, maybe having like 4 people doing, like, taking care of the customers, and you have one person that you can direct off. Even 4 people, you just have one person directed off to doing the closing task. But 5 people would be preferred just in case. Like, in case you need to pull an extra person, you can still have one person doing closing stuff. You know what I mean? So it's a lot of that, a lot of the pay, because, well, like, you know, Starbucks, technically, in comparison to other, like, retail jobs and whatnot, their pay is pretty decent. But when you're accounting the fact that sometimes you're doing the job for 3 people and what you're actually getting paid, it's not adding up. And especially if you're a barista, it's not meeting up with, like, the rising inflation. We're not getting incredible pay raises or anything in our quarterly reviews. We're getting a couple cents if we're lucky. You know what I mean? So it's just not, it's not feasible. Along with that, we have a lot of, like, store level issues where we have certain managers that are saying homophobic and transphobic and racist things. You know, this person basically saying that they're not basically blatantly saying that they're happy that the LGBTQ plus community can't identify how they want to identify anymore because Trump's in office, and how they blatantly assumed that another one of our coworkers' boyfriends was an illegal immigrant because he was Mexican. Like, saying a lot of, like, really fucked up shit just out in the open, and nothing actually being reprimanded about it. We have managers, district managers or store managers, whichever, alike, basically defending her and saying that, you know, oh, I don't think this person would say that. So, you know, we're not really going to look into it all that much. We filed ethic reports about our managers, and the things that they've said and things that they've done, and no resolution, nothing. So basically, to make a very long, convoluted story short, my store is going to be unionizing, or we're voting. We have our date to vote to unionize, which is I'm not gonna tell you the exact date, but it's gonna be at the end of the month. It's 4 to 5 weeks after you file. And that's really exciting. So I'm happy. It felt very empowering to just be able to look my store manager dead in the eye and say everything that I said. I was very happy I got to read the part about the blatant racism and homophobia that's been taking place on the sales floor and absolutely nothing being done about it, because I went to this manager about the part about the homophobia and transphobia, and basically was looked at in my face and told, well, I don't think that this person would say it, so yeah, sorry about that. So I was really happy that I got to say that part. You know, that made me pretty happy. But aside from that, my week's just been my week. Nothing crazy going on. Nothing else really too crazy going on. Cat's horny. I don't know what to tell you. But what I do know to tell you about is what is going on this week in wrestling, because there's a lot more going on in wrestling this week than what's been going on in my life, and we've taken up more than enough of your time talking about our shit. So let's talk about the shit that you came here to listen to, and that's about wrestling. So we are going to be starting about the RVD discourse. I know what this is about, so I'm going to give a quick little briefing about this. Basically, there has been discourse going on around the Twitter machine and the Facebook machine and all the social medias about RVD saying that with the Jon Moxley spot that he did the other week in a match with Adam Copeland and Spike, where the metal or the nails were sticking out of his back.
Stupid bullshit in AEW.
Yeah, where the nails were sticking out of his back from the wooden plank. That he would rather be aligning himself with WWE than AEW.
He rather deal with WWE than AEW pretty much.
And I mean, in fairness, I read, before we get into like kind of the obvious thing that everyone's been up in arms about, I will say I read what he said, like whatever he said on his podcast was typed out, and I read it, and it's not like he was being a dick. No. He was literally just being like, that's not my cup of tea. They're doing stuff for their niche audience, and that's fine. Their audience seems to enjoy it. It's not my thing. I'm not here for it. I'd rather be. It's the case
of AEW fans crying about someone talking negative about them. We're not talking about the other one, and we're recording this on Tuesday night. Episode's coming out late. Something happened on Tuesday, April 1st, involving Bret Hart. That'll be reviewed on next week's episode with it and stuff like that. But yeah, like, everyone's up in arms about it. and being like, bro, you were literally in ECW.
Yeah.
And then, like, sharing fucking, like...
You're yelling.
Sorry. Sharing
neighbors
the
and it's midnight.
ECW DVD of, like, violent matches. And then, like, oh, but this is the company that did the barbed wire death match. And then this is the company that did flaming tables. And it's like, yes, that is the company that did that. But Rob Van Dam didn't do any of that.
No, I don't know what you're talking about, because when I think of Rob Van Dam, I think about the time that he did a 450 frog splash from the top of the rafters through a flaming table that had a bed of barbed wire underneath it and also exploding thumbtacks.
With Lance Storm.
With Lance Storm. That was actually my favorite thing that Rob Van Dam ever did. And that's what I think when I think of Rob Van Dam.
People were saying shit like that on Twitter, and RVD was replying them like, yeah, bro, me too.
Like, I don't think of the stoner Rob Van Dam. I don't think of the whole fucking show, man. I don't think of that. I can't do it, Bryce. I'm sorry. But, like, I think of when he actually set himself on fire, and instead of dousing himself with water, he doused himself with more gasoline because it wasn't hardcore enough. That's what I think of.
Like, fucking the AEW freaks. I won't just say fans, because, like, Lissy's a fan of AEW. The AEW freaks don't know anything wrestling pre-2019.
No.
And the thing is, ECW, this is the title of the episode, ECW is not just about blood and guts.
No, absolutely not.
Like, bro, Eddie Guerrero, Chris Benoit, Oh no! I said his name. How dare I? Dean Malenko.
And don't get me wrong.
Lance Storm.
ECW
Chris Jericho
is known.
Taz.
Like, is most well known for the crazy fucking outlandish shit they did, and that's because there wasn't a thing in America. You know what I mean? They got a lot of their shit from over in fucking Japan.
Paul Heyman.
And that's fine, but
so Terry Funk and Sabu had the barbed wire death match, right? It was so fucking bad. Not match wise. It was just so violent.
Gory, disgusting, terrible.
Paul Heyman comes out after this match and goes, "We went too far. We're never doing that again."
So sorry, guys. My bad.
They made Raven apologize over a crucifixion.
No. It was because they wanted Kurt Angle.
Well,
otherwise, I don't think they would have done that. But nonetheless.
Exactly. Kurt Angle was going to go to ECW, and ECW is just about blood and guts. Get the fuck out of here.
I do think about Kurt Angle actually, like, gigging himself so bad that he bled out to the point where he needed a blood transfusion, and the only person that was able to give him that blood transfusion was Jeff Jarrett. That's what I think of when I think of Kurt Angle. But no, here's the thing, right? So I'm not necessarily mad at RVD for his fucking take. Like, I again, and it's not like he was a dick about it. I feel like he said it very respectfully, and I understand that. And that's the thing that I always try and, like,
and he pretty much
say
said
to people.
It was like he did more explaining about it, and he was like, it was stupid and unsafe.
Yeah. And like I say this to people all the time, and, like, I'll joke. I'll gladly sit here and joke. Like, if I know they don't listen to it, or they might on occasion, but, like, if Bob or Anna or Mark right now are listening to it, they are the first ones that'll gladly tell you any fucking day of the week. I'll sit here and I'll bust your fucking ass about watching WWE, and I'll bust your fucking ass about why I think AEW is better and how it's that real wrestling shit or whatever. But here's the thing: at the end of the day, I really don't give a shit what you watch. I will have some hot takes about you if you are a only WWE diehard that your entire, like, algorithm on the internet about isn't even really talking about WWE, but it's more so talking shit on every single other promotion. I'm gonna talk some shit on you about that, because I don't think you're
shit on my 80s NWA motherfuckers.
I don't think you're a wrestling fan at that point. If you can't sit here and, like, have a civilized, normal conversation, like, you could tell me you don't like something. That's fine. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you have to like every single thing.
We're gonna get into that later.
Yeah, but if your whole vibe about wrestling is hating other wrestling that's not your wrestling, like, to the bone, like, dude, come on, get a fucking hobby, go touch grass. Will told me to touch grass yesterday.
Like, that's funny.
Yeah.
Like, I dog on AEW a lot, but also I dog on WWE too.
You are so loud.
I'm sorry.
God. I don't know if it's like... Oh, that's another thing, guys. I'm going to get tested for autism. Anyway, continue.
But, like, I dog on all wrestling all the fucking time.
Oh, yeah.
Like, Lissy's the first one to fucking You should see me and Bryce's comments. We dog on all.
And the thing is, like, there's stuff that I talk about with AEW that I don't like.
Like,
I didn't really like this spot with Mox, and like normally like
people think I fucking only like WWE. Listen here, motherfuckers. Listen.
You
here.
barely even like WWE.
Listen here. WCW in the year 2000 is the greatest fucking thing that ever happened to professional wrestling.
Oh, but you hate AEW. I don't know what the fuck to tell you.
No, there's literally a whole conversation of me going to Bryce, like because they're talking about. Bryce sent me like a WCW Bret Hart figure that's coming out. It's a re-release from like his match against Goldberg. But I was like, at first before we knew that, I was like, bro, what if it's an NWO 2000 Bret Hart? And then I was like bussing because, bro, like. Me and Bryce are the fucking only people that I know that love WWE ECW.
I don't know. I've talked to my brother about that. But no, like, again, I don't really care what you like legitimately do like and what you don't like. I'm not gonna sit here and expect every single fucking person to go and watch Japanese deathmatch wrestling with a scissor board and think, yeah, that's the coolest fucking shit I've ever seen. No, I'm not gonna expect everyone to fucking think that, but I'm also not gonna expect every single fucking person to go and watch WWE Safe Style and fucking think that that's the embodiment of what professional wrestling is. What I do expect is everybody to watch Bryan Danielson in Ring of Honor and know that that's what the fucking embodiment of professional wrestling is. But I digress on that.
And there'd be people that argue that.
And they're stupid.
There'd be people that fucking argue that.
I'll call you out on that.
There would be people that argue that.
If you don't look at one of the, if not the best technical wrestler alive, and say that's not what wrestling is.
I'm arguing that he's the best technical wrestler alive. I will argue that because that's just me.
I'd say alive. I don't know who's dead, but alive currently.
Because I put a couple of people over Bryan Danielson.
Who the fuck are you putting over Bryan Danielson?
Bret Hart.
Oh, Bret Hart's alive. Yeah.
Bret Hart.
That's right.
And then Owen Hart. Honestly, Owen then Bret. Modern. Ooh.
I'm putting Danielson and Zack Sabre Jr. There's no one else that's
I was gonna say who the people that come close modern that I can think of right now, Zack Sabre Jr. and maybe Gunther.
I put Gunther there, yeah. But
like
my point is,
I know Gunther can be different with the style, but he's a high flyer, yeah. No, but still, like I just like Gunther, and like I'm not even. I like Braun Breaker, but I don't think I'd put him there just yet.
No,
he's young.
But anyway, basically my point is in all this, since someone keeps interrupting me,
sorry,
Mr. Man,
I got excited.
Is you can like what you like, you can dislike what you don't like. Just be respectful about it. What's that thing that Brian Zane always says? Like what you like and don't be a dick about it, or whatever.
Or whatever Brian Zane says.
Whatever
shout out Wrestling with Regret.
There's not a day in my life that goes by where I don't see Brian Zane. Just like how there's a day in my life, there's never a day in my life where I don't listen to Orville Pack. Like, it's, you know what I mean? I'll bust on people that I know. Like, I'll bust with people. Like, it's fine. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, like, I just want people to enjoy wrestling. And I know it's like such a cringe thing to say now because like it has like such a weird connotation with it for whatever reason. But genuinely, I just want people to enjoy whatever wrestling they enjoy and have fun with it because that's what it's supposed to be about. And I feel like when it comes to the point where we look at legends who might have been in a company that is associated with a lot of like brutal, hardcore bullshit.
I think people should just listen to the legends.
Not all of them. But what I'm saying is when...
Some of them. Most of them.
When... we're talking about...
Respect them.
When we're talking about somebody like Rob Van Dam who is respectfully talking his opinion and not being a fucking dick...
I'm listening to Hogan. I don't care what you... No,
fuck you.
I'm kidding.
When they're respectfully having this conversation and we're just gonna go and just like fucking be an absolute fucking cocksucker about it, like, I think you're a fucking loser. I just think you're a fucking loser who can't fucking handle being told something that you don't like to hear.
Don't you disrespect Bully Ray like that.
I think Bully Ray can go eat a fucking cock, is what I think.
Don't you disrespect Eric Bischoff.
I think Eric Bischoff could go fucking 6 feet under right about now.
No, you like Eric Bischoff, you said. You think he's a nice guy.
I don't know how I feel about Eric Bischoff anymore. I don't know. So when I see Eric Bischoff on like Dark Side of the Ring or whatever, and like I see him in that setting, I'm like, I fucking love Eric
What a
Bischoff.
great segue into the next thing,
Which
of
we'll get to in a
Dark
second.
Side of the Ring.
But I'm like, I fucking love Eric Bischoff. And then I hear the dumb fucking shit he spews, like his fucking company didn't tank and isn't being outlasted by the new
What a
age
great thing, because we're going to be talking
WCW.
about that too.
Is fucking crazy.
Because I got things to say about that.
So I do think Eric Bischoff needs to shut the fuck up a little bit sometimes. But
Sometimes,
nonetheless.
but not all the time.
Anyway, let's move on
But
because I
most of the
can
time.
talk in circles about this for a hot minute. I'm sorry, I need to click
Don't be
this.
dumb. ECW is not just about blood and guts.
And RVD literally has done nothing wrong in his life, so leave him the fuck alone.
RVD smokes fucking weed, bro. Like,
Yeah, if like literally go after Bully Ray. Like, come on, shut the fuck up. Anyway, we're segueing into Dark Side of the Ring, which was the Hell in the Cell episode, which we can really just call the Mick Foley documentary.
I mean, yeah. I will
This
say,
was about Mick Foley.
I will say, for a topic I'm sick and fucking tired of hearing about, because you always hear about this. I rolled my eyes when they announced this episode. I was like, we've heard about this. Why do I need to watch this? This was one of the best episodes of Dark Side of the Ring.
Oh yeah, no, I really
One of the best.
liked listening to Mick talk about this from his perspective, and I also liked hearing his wife and his kids talk about it
They
as
had
well.
everyone that they needed
Mm-hmm.
there. Even The Undertaker with his little cameo. The only one that was missing because you can't, Terry Funk.
Yeah.
Because I would have loved to hear
What the fuck Terry Funk was saying
like
about
Funk literally saving like the match at a couple of
Yeah.
points of like filling in holes. But no, this was a really good.
How do you feel about your shoes flying off?
Yeah,
Terry?
like fucking mother. Like he would have said something fucking funny. I love Terry Funk. But no, this was really good because you had like the person who kind of came up with the concept of Hell in the Cell, and that be Jim Cornette.
Which is crazy.
That he came up
Why
with.
the
Like,
fuck did that motherfucker come up with this idea?
right? You have Mick there, obviously. Undertaker with his little thing. Gerald Briscoe, who was the producer, was there. His
Fucking-
wife.
I just really honestly sit there and just think about Jim Cornette coming up with this idea and just be like, yeah, it's like a cage match, but it's got a roof. And then you just keep everything contained inside.
it's like
Hey,
War
Stacey,
Games.
ain't that great? Ain't that great,
But
Stacey?
this is pre-Stacy. This was
God.
pre-Stacy.
God, I don't even know the fuck he'd be talking to then. But like, don't
He'd
think
be
that's
talking
nice.
to Vince McMahon.
Well, I don't want to be talking to Vince.
Fucking
McMahon, but
Bruce Pritchard, Vince
don't-
Russo.
Bruce ain't that nice.
Fucking
But
Russo.
he's sitting there and he's like envisioning this, and he just sees fucking like gold, and his like eyes have a twinkle in them. Like they still have a twinkle in them because he's not a miserable cuntbag just yet. I mean, he is, but he's not to the point.
Well,
where
no,
he
he's
is.
miserable at this point because he's working with Russo and Smoky Mountain died.
I didn't want Russo to take my fucking idea, so you better put my name on that goddamn patent. But basically,
He hates Shawn Michaels
and
at
then
this
he's
time.
sitting there and literally like a year or so later, and he's like, oh. Boy, we're gonna have my Hell in a Cell match. I'm so excited to see. Why the fuck is Mick at the top of the fucking cell?
Well, this wasn't
And there he
this
goes.
wasn't the first Hell in the Cell. This was
This was the second.
This was the second.
Yeah, but I can't remember the year between. If this was like a year later or a couple years later. whatever it was.
About a year later, yeah, almost a year later.
He has this great idea that he envisions true professional wrestling happening in there, and then Mick Foley falls off of it, and he's like, "I can't have no fucking thing nice, can I?"
Because like the cell was created like a part of like the Undertaker Shawn Michaels feud.
Yeah.
Kane debuting. That's gotta be
That's
Kane.
gotta be Kane.
And then this one was they reunited the Mankind Undertaker feud from like 18 months prior.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh my god, I love this thing.
and Terry Funk, goes to Mick Foley and goes, "What if you start on top of the cell?" Jokingly. He was fucking he probably was serious, to be
And
honest
Mick's
with you.
like, "Oh my god, that's such a good fucking
Yeah,
idea."
Mick Foley's like, I bet.
You can't say fucking shit to Mick Foley. Which, by the way, I just want to say this because this did happen today.
He got in a car accident.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I'm
I
glad
hope,
that he's
I hope
alive.
he's okay.
He has a minor concussion.
Yeah. But God, I saw the car. I was
Yeah,
like, holy
heal
shit.
up well, Mick.
Yeah.
We love you. We love you, buddy. But no, this was a really good episode of Dark Side of the Ring.
Yeah.
It was, I don't even want to say short and sweet to the point because there's really not a whole hell of a lot to talk about. But
Well,
they
yeah,
got
like
to the point.
I've heard these stories before, but it was just cool to see it like played out
Yeah.
and all of that. But yeah, like the mix starts on top of the fucking cell. The match starts on top of the cell. The zip ties are breaking.
You said the mix starts on top
Yeah.
of this.
The zip ties are breaking, and the next thing you know, Mankind goes fucking flying off the fucking cell.
But it was interesting.
His
to
wife's
hear
losing her shit.
his wife talk about it and his daughter and
Yeah.
everything talk about it. I think even his son was talking about
Yeah.
it too, which was interesting. You know, I mean, you hear the stories as I don't know if I ever heard his kids talk about. They might have before, but I don't think I personally ever heard them talk about it.
There's like the infamous one with the chair shots to the head from The Rock.
And they brought that up
because
too.
they were there for that.
Yeah,
and
they
stuff
brought
like
that
Yeah,
up too
there's
and
like
everything.
there's that infamous one. I mean, there's always the infamous ones too. Well, there's literally. I don't know if I ever showed you the Kane Dewey promo.
Mm-hmm.
Where fucking ECW
Yup.
fans are
Yeah.
Kane Dewey
Yeah.
and shit. So there's there's that, or like just him doing the death matches over in Japan, coming home all fucked up. Man, Mick Foley's a goat.
Yeah, I love Mick.
But
That's why I
like
have him tattooed on me.
gets thrown off the cell, gets choke slammed through the cell, teeth in his nose.
So iconic of him, actually.
Terry Funk getting choke slammed out of his shoes. And like, it was weird. Like, I guess like the best way of like what was like the subject that wasn't like Hell in the Cell, like what was like the story, I guess like concussions and just putting your body on the line.
It was like a briefing of what Mick Foley has done and kind of where he's at now with his life. And how he, you know, everything that's happened to him. And I don't want to say like
they should have just like, I know Mick Foley's it's weird with like, he's not like, he didn't like kill anyone or like himself or fall into like a drug habit or anything like that. Like, it wasn't like a sad sob story or anything, but they should have just done one on his whole career.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Hardcore legend, Mick Foley.
Yeah.
Instead of just doing one on Hell in a Cell. Because I thought originally the Hell in the Cell episode was going to be about, like, different Hell in a Cells. Because, like, there's stories with other Hell in a Cells that have happened and stuff. But, like, it was really good. It was a really good episode. So, I think they should do, like, other ones on, like, different matches like that.
Yeah, it'd be cool.
Of like certain ones. And then now the next episode, we're gonna try to review them. We don't have like the shit to watch it anymore, so we gotta like watch it illegally when it's on YouTube, or like if they upload it on YouTube. So if we get to it, we get to it. The next episode is Ludwig Borga. That's gonna be fucking insane. He is I'll just give you a briefing on him. Lissy, this guy is so homophobic.
Oh god.
That he has a tattoo, and I'm just gonna, like, I'll kind of show you. So he has a tattoo, like, right here, like, tramp stamp style, that says exit only.
Okay.
Implying, don't put your dick in my ass.
Well, I'm about to put my dick in his ass.
But he's, like, his story's insane. So, there's just a little briefing. And, like, maybe I can find it really quick. There's, like, a little briefing of, like, Cornette explaining it.
I don't want to listen to fucking Cornette on my goddamn fucking podcast at almost 1 a.m, Dylan.
An exit-only tattoo on their rear end. Why?
What the fuck would propel a man to tattoo exit only above his asshole? Especially when you're the size he is and look like that, do you really need to have written instructions for people not to fuck you in the ass? Does there have to be a written warning? The fuck's going on with that? And who are you making that statement to when you're walking down the street? You're so anti-homosexual that you have exit only tattooed above your asshole. Who's gonna know? Don't fuck him in the ass.
What the fuck, man? All right. Anyway, let's move on. Let's move on. So, next up, we're talking about the natural disasters in the Hall of Fame.
Typhoon and earthquake.
Yeah.
Hall of Fame. It's not the Midnight Express.
It's never gonna be.
No, it should be.
It should be.
But
really
the natural disasters are a good one, so just wanted to shout natural disasters.
Hell yeah.
What do you think of earthquake and typhoon?
Don't really recall too much about them, but I do remember there was a Dark Side of the Ring episode on. I think it was one of them, maybe both of them.
Earthquake.
It was on Earthquake. Okay, yeah.
And Jacob, you've seen earthquake moves before. Jacob,
Yeah,
Jacob
does
Yeager
them.
does the whole earthquake comeback.
Okay, moving on. And Bret Hart versus Stone Cold is also gonna be in the Hall of Fame, which is cool.
Yeah,
that
they're doing
matches.
like matches in the Hall of Fame, and like honestly, the best first choice to do it.
Yeah.
It's a fucking banger of a match.
Yeah.
It's from WrestleMania 13. that pretty much made Stone Cold. But yeah, it's a cool concept. I don't know if they're doing like just WrestleMania matches, because I was thinking about this the other day. If they do non-WrestleMania matches or like non-WWE matches, the first one that should be, and it would be a safe one, is a WCW match, Rey Mysterio versus Eddie Guerrero.
I swear to fucking God, Dylan. I swear to fucking God, Dylan. If fucking Donald Trump gets put in the fucking Hall of Fame again.
Well, he wasn't in the match. He
wasn't, but he was a part of it. I don't know if that would count.
No, it would be Umaga versus Bobby Lashley.
You think so?
That's who the match was. That's who wrestled.
I know, but you don't think that like
and Stone Cold
fucking
was
Vince and Donnie would be in it?
Stone Cold was the referee, and Vince was in Umaga's corner, and Donnie was in Bobby. That's weird to think Bobby Lashley was in, or Donald Trump was in Bobby Lashley's corner. That's weird to think.
Oh my God. Anyway,
it's still, look, Donald Trump in WWE is just really weird to think. Like, I still remember, it's still implanted in my head where, like, in kayfabe, Vince sold WWE to Donald Trump for like 2 weeks, and it was like Monday Night Trump, or like it was so fucking weird. I hated this guy. I've hated Donald Trump since the Bobby Lashley Umaga match. Fun fact. I've hated this fuck. The Apprentice is so fucking stupid.
I remember watching The Apprentice, and I liked it because like all these celebrities fucking got money to donate to charities, and come to find out this motherfucker was probably just fucking tax write-offing this fucking bullshit.
It's so
and
like,
give a fuck.
I always laugh because
I was pretty young at the time,
like when he was running for president the first time in 2016, like I immediately was like, fuck him, fuck this, fuck all of that.
I think I literally, because me and my dad, this is crazy, I remember this, me and my dad were at Burger King. Is when Burger King still sold veggie sandwiches, like veggie burgers.
Okay.
I was eating a veggie burger, and I look up at the TV, because there were still TVs in there at the time, and I saw Donald Trump on TV running for president. I looked at my dad and I was like, isn't that the fucking guy from The Apprentice? And he goes, yeah. And I was like, what does he know about the fucking... What does he know about politics? What does he know about being the president of the United States?
But I remember...
Is he just going to give us money? Like, what is he doing?
I just remember being like, fuck him, fuck this, fuck all of that. We're fucked if he wins. And...
Fast forward.
Fast forward. But I remember, like, people that know me, that, like my parents, or, like, my uncle... My gunkle, I should say, my gay uncle, was like, see, Dylan always knew something was up with Donald Trump. It's like, I told you, I fucking hated the guy. I forgot what but Bret Hart, yeah, he's gonna be technically a 3-time Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
The best there is, the best there was, the best there ever fucking will be. Bret fucking Hart.
Something like that.
Damn fucking tootin'.
Something about a horse and a man in a Cadillac. Anyway, let's talk about the Tony Khan and WCW. Whoa. Wow. WCW thingy.
So, Tony Khan tweets out the other day. Don't miss Wednesday Night Dynamite 289. Wednesday, April 16th in Boston. AEW Spring Breakthrough. We'll celebrate AEW Wednesday Night Dynamite becoming the longest running primetime weekly pro wrestling program in Turner Sports history. Thank you all for watching Collision Now.
Honestly, I love that he's petty about shit like that. Come on. Because, I mean, in fairness,
you go first.
Bischoff has consistently thrown fucking jabs at them, has consistently fucking shit on them, and his fucking TV show got fucking shut down, and Tony's is still up and running. I don't give a fuck if it's because Tony's funneling money into it. He's still somehow having a fucking contract with Turner Brothers when fucking Eric Bischoff couldn't. So Eric Bischoff needs to just shut the fuck up, and I think he has every single right to go out and just be like, fuck you, Eric. Fuck you and your stupid fucking takes because my show's still on TV. Loser, you sold out.
So let me break this down for you. Is it funny? Oh, absolutely.
It's so funny.
It's funny because, like, it's just Tony being Tony, and it's wrestling taking jabs at each other, and I'd be a hypocrite if I'd be like, oh, it's fucking stupid. What I have a problem with, because like
always have a problem with it.
Just hear me out. What I have a problem with, yes, Eric Bischoff, fucking, I mean, karma's a bitch. You know what I mean?
I should've known
But
better.
like, I don't want to say, like, it wasn't Bischoff's fault that WCW died, but, like, it was, but it wasn't. Turner killed fucking WCW. Turner's the one that pulled the plug on WCW. Turner fucking sold it to WWE.
Well, maybe if Eric Bischoff did a better fucking job.
No, it's Vince Russo.
Maybe if he didn't hire Vince Russo.
It wasn't him that hired him.
Well, maybe if he,
I didn't mean to
if
yell.
he didn't get
It was-
fired at the first time, it wouldn't have happened.
Bischoff didn't get fired. He went home. He kind of just went home.
Well, maybe if he didn't do that and go fishing. I don't know what the fuck to tell you.
He went to Wyoming.
He went fishing in Wyoming.
He did.
I don't know what the fuck to tell you. If he didn't do all that shit,
But
maybe his show would still be on the television.
He didn't hire Russo. That was Turner that hired Russo and all of that. But like Bischoff didn't do any of the hiring in WCW. That's what people get wrong. That was Turner.
Maybe he should have.
Well, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. But like Bischoff's at fault, but he's not. Let's just put it that way. What I have a problem with as well is Tony, my guy. At least Eric went up against a WWE fucking program head to head live and won 83 weeks in a row. How many weeks in a row did you win?
See, I don't think it necessarily matters of winning or not. He literally beat them out on the television.
TNA beat out WWE. Where was that celebration?
That's not on the that's the thing, though.
Ring of Honor beat out WWE or WCW. I don't know why I said WWE. Or ECW too. Where's all these celebrations?
We're not talking about that. What we're talking about is the fact.
Why isn't Tony being petty about ECW?
The fact of what we're talking about is because, in fairness, like, are people in WWE taking jabs at AEW? Yeah. Are wrestlers doing it? Yeah.
There's a lot going on right now.
Has Triple K kind of done it? Yeah. But,
bro, there's a lot going on both sides. It's kind of insane.
Right? What I'm saying in this, that you're just kind of glossing over the fact, is Eric Bischoff has consistently made jobs at AEW when his fucking TV show fucking failed on the exact same fucking network, bro, that fucking AEW's on, bro. You understand me, bro? That's what I'm trying to fucking say, man.
AEW should hire Vince Russo.
No, but
yes.
That's,
oh my god.
That's literally what the whole point of this is. Is like Eric Bischoff needs to shut up because he doesn't have a fucking wrestling company.
He
anymore.
has shut up.
Yeah, because this happened.
He has shut like bro, like he has been he's like retweeting like the college wrestling.
And it's the same
amateur wrestling.
It's
That's
the
what it is.
same cable network. That's the thing. It's the same fucking cable network, and Eric Bischoff wants to go and run his mouth. We're not talking about WWE or AEW beating out WWE. That's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about the fact that AEW has lasted longer than the fucking company that this fucking douchebag wants to fucking sit here
and they're going to, because Tony's just gonna put money in it. But that's no offense to like Tony or anything. That's just the fact. Tony's gonna put money into it. AEW's gonna last for fucking ever at this point.
I'm here for it, man. I'm here for it.
AEW's gonna. It's fucking 2078, and John Moxley and the Death Riders are holding all the belts.
That's me switching the station. You hear that? That's me switching the station when the Death Riders are on my TV. I'm flipping through to find literally anything else on the max.
It's 2078, and CM Punk and fucking Seth Rollins are still fighting.
It's because they're lovers. Anyway, we should probably move on because we are like hardly getting through this, and I feel like we're taking forever. Is this still recording? I want to make sure this is still recording. Golly gee, it's already been an hour, and we're not even fucking done with the wrestling news.
Who cares?
Me, because I don't feel good.
Oh my god.
Well, we're almost done. So the last thing we're going to be talking about in wrestling news is Soraya's gone from AEW. Tony also told her to say the line, "It's so nice to have a boss that finally listens." I still have not seen anything about that. I don't know where the fuck you saw something about that, and if you could pull that up for me, that'd be fucking awesome, because I have not seen a single solitary thing about that. So I don't know where the fuck you got that from. But while Dylan's looking that up,
Rhea on.
But while Dylan's looking that up, yeah, Soraya's gone from AEW. I don't know if she was released, if they just came to an agreement where they released her, or if her contract expired, or what it was. But she's probably going to show back up in WWE as Paige, because she's already talked about how she would like to go back to WWE and whatever. And apparently how she was only in AEW because of the possibility of having her brother wrestle. I don't know, honestly. Really don't know what... I don't know about anything of what she says ever. I don't really pay attention, which is why I'm telling Dylan, like, if you could find something about this, that'd be fucking awesome. Because I haven't seen fucking jack shit about it.
I literally saw something about it, but it's not quoted here. Maybe it was something referring, like, what was in her book.
I don't know, man. I couldn't tell you. But allegedly...
Well, yeah, we'll just say allegedly.
Allegedly, Tony Khan told her to go out there and say that whole thing about how it's nice to finally have a boss that listens. Which I haven't seen anything about it.
It's just funny in hindsight if that is true.
I feel like I would have seen... Because, I don't follow a whole hell of a lot of Freakazoids. The Freakazoids do show up on my Twitter. And I do see some bad takes sometimes. I feel like if I saw that, if that was on the Twitter, it would have come across my feed at some point.
She's 100% gonna go to WWE.
Oh my god, yeah, no, she's already talked about it. She's going back, so, like, have fun with her. I really don't
But,
give a
like,
shit.
I don't want it. I don't think anyone does.
I don't care. I'm glad she's out of AEW. I'm glad she's off my fucking AEW television. I'm glad I don't have to fucking hear her fucking stupid ass fucking voice anymore and her terrible fucking ability to cut a fucking promo to try and garner heat. Nobody is booing you because you're good, sweetheart. They're booing you because they fucking hate you and you're talentless. I don't know what the fuck to tell you. You were better way back in the Diva days. I'm so fucking sorry.
Yeah, girl.
But unfortunately, after certain injuries and being out of the wrestling business for so long, you're gonna have that rest and you never dusted it off.
Certain choices made in life of dating certain people
and
did not help you, honey.
I hope that at some point in your life you
certain comments
realize that the person you were, which this isn't my prerogative, you know what I mean? Like your life is your life, and you don't give a fuck about what I say, and that's fine. I really don't care. But I do hope at some point you realize the absolute toxicity of a person that you put yourself around for so fucking long, and how it really did turn a lot of people who, including myself, who really fucking beloved you growing up and idolized you growing up, really turned us away from you and not wanting to see you succeed and not wanting to see you on our TV screen. Like, that whole beef, girl, you and I got into in my comment section on fucking TikTok because I said I don't understand how you still have a fucking job with fucking literally bullying some fucking trans kid who looked like they were fucking 16 on the fucking internet and allowing your fucking fecal-faced boyfriend to fucking do that shit as well, and you want to sit here and come after me about fucking shit, girl? Like, no, get a fucking grip. Like, I really hope at some point in your life you realize how bad of a mistake that was, and I really truthfully hope you don't actually feel that way, and you just kind of felt like you had to be that way around this person. I don't hope in that sense of, like, hoping that you were in a bad situation, because I don't want you to be in a bad situation, but what I'm hoping for is that this isn't your true feelings and intentions towards these topics.
Wasn't she a part of they were gonna make Thunder Rosa kill herself, like, thing?
I think that was mainly Britt.
Was it Britt? But was Saraya a part of it?
I don't know. There was a lot of stuff going on in the locker room. I know a lot of it was Britt. A lot of it was.
I just remember because, like, remember when I was watching, I decided I couldn't even make it past episode 1. That fucking behind the scenes AEW show on Max. Remember that?
It was so good. What do you mean?
Remember that? No, I forgot how corny it was. Okay, but like in that episode I watched, it was when Toni Storm was the interim women's champion still, and Thunder Rosa had she was injured and like she didn't she had the belt and she's been off of TV for like a while because remember she was off of TV and they finally stripped it, but it was before that.
Yeah. And
like Saraya was there literally with Britt and like all of them talking shit on Thunder Rosa being like Tony's the champion, which like they're not wrong, no. But like that's what makes
put it past Saraya for quite literally.
That's what makes me think was Saraya part of like the whole like anti Thunder Rosa shit.
And I'm not a fan of Thunder Rosa's wrestling. I'm gonna make that very, very abundantly clear. I'm not a Thunder Rosa fan. But also like I don't think she's probably not that bad of a person. Like,
no, in interviews she seems like a nice girl.
Is she like sandbagging people and shit? Probably. Is she probably stubborn and wants her place in the company? Yeah, I think a lot of people are stubborn and want their place in a company.
I feel like Thunder Rosa might be like a little bit misunderstood.
I think so. I think she definitely is. Again, I'm misunderstood on the hype about her. I don't really like her wrestling all that much. But I do think that she gets a lot of fucking flack for existing when she definitely shouldn't. And that the people that were really heavily idolized, like Britt Baker, deserved a lot of that flack.
Do you think one of the worst decisions in AEW history, like Tony Khan's booking decisions, like top 5, is definitely putting the belt on Saraya?
I think it was one of the dumbest. Absolutely. You did it for a fucking pop.
Yeah.
Get a fucking grip, dude. Get a fucking grip. Nobody wanted her to have that fucking belt.
Yeah, it was dumb, bro.
But anyway, let's move on. Can you pull that back up?
She held it for like 3 weeks, didn't she?
She did not hold it for long.
Hold on. Now
Oh my god.
Now I need to know. This is wrestling, Lissy.
I know, but I don't feel good, and the cat's fucking chirping, and it's 1 a.m. And I want to eat the fucking cheese puffs my dad bought me.
Oh my god.
They're not cheese puffs, though. They're dill pickle flavor. But they're like cheese balls. I think they're called corn puffs. I think that's what they're called. I think they're called corn puffs, because technically it's not like a cheese. It's like a dill pickle.
She held it for 44 days.
Oh, it was 44 days too long, so a little over a month.
Yeah. She beat...
That was the worst birthday present. That was the worst belated birthday present I ever got in my life.
That's crazy. She beat Sheeta, and then she lost it to Sheeta.
Because Sheeta should have never lost it. Like, where the fuck is Sheeta? She's probably in Japan right now, actually.
Probably. Remember when Jamie Hayter was a thing?
I know, man. Alright, Jamie Hayter.
Anyway, go to Raw from Scotland.
Scotland. Alright, so I'm just going to read this as Dylan has typed this. So John Cena said he's going to take the WWE title away from us because we all talk shit on the spinner belt calling it a toy, so he's going to win the belt, take him home. Take him home with him.
Take it home with him.
No, I'm reading as you typed it. Take him home with it, and we can create another toy championship because he will be the last real WWE champion. Screenshot of what he said. I feel like you described it perfectly. Also, he literally just stole this fucking gimmick from CM Punk, so I really don't understand what we're doing here. Oh, I'm going to be the real world champion. Give me a fucking break. You have a real world champion, okay? He's on your fucking television, and he has like 5 boyfriends, okay? Like, give me a fucking break, John. Do you know my coworker told me, I know I said this to you, told me that his first exposure to John Cena was the Fred movie?
Yeah, you told me that.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying that in general for the audience.
You told me that.
Bree, I want to know when you get to this part in the podcast, because I want you to text me, like right now, as Dylan's looking for the screenshot. Right now, I want you to text me and say, who was the coworker that said that about John Cena?
I must have deleted the screenshot, because I don't have it. Anyway, John Cena said something along the lines of he's going to be the real world champion, fuck Cody Rhodes, and fuck them kids, and you talk shit on the spinner belt, well, fuck you.
And you talk too much. You never shut up. I say you talk
The
too
Cena
much.
and Cody segment was kinda Better one happens in the next week episode, foreshadowing.
Yeah. Going on, Cody then comes out saying, you ain't taking shit from me or us, and he wanted to fight, but John said, fuck that.
Yeah, that's what I mean by, like, they did it again.
Ah, Cody.
Yeah, like, they did it again.
Anyway, El Grande Americano.
Bro, there was so much discourse about this. So, like, El Grande Americano. Meant to be taken as a fucking joke. And, of course, there's people out there, this is racist, this is blah, 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 because the Gulf of America and stuff. And, like, yeah, fuck Donald Trump. But, like, there, in my opinion, I don't see anything fucking wrong with this. This is fucking funny. It's meant to be taken as a joke. And bro, it's gonna last like a month at most, and it's meant to fucking do this whole Chad Gable storyline.
In my opinion, this is a little tongue-in-cheek. More so the issue that I have with this is, I think the more racist part of this is the fucking theme music. If we're gonna talk racism...
I can see that.
If we're gonna talk racist about this, I'm pulling up that fucking music, because what the fuck, why the fuck did you not just play America the Beautiful? Why the fuck did you have to literally just go and Google Spanish sounding music and pick the first fucking one. And like what the fuck was that?
People were getting mad at the AI stuff and like, okay, yeah, I understand. Fuck AI. Like literally, fuck. Like if you use AI, honestly, please leave this fucking planet. Go fuck yourself. Fuck you. Support your fucking artist. God damn it.
Thank you.
But I find it funny that they just used AI and because it's meant to be a fucking joke, my guy.
Here's my thing, like I don't agree with the AI usage at all.
It's fucking funny.
But I get why they did it for this.
Like why would you like spend a shitload of money to like shoot segments or like why waste time to shoot segments for a fucking joke? You know what I mean?
Not even that necessarily. It's like this whole thing is clearly not supposed to be taken seriously. It's supposed to be tongue in cheek. It's supposed to be bad. Like that's the thing. It's supposed to not be good. So I get why they're using AI and they're posting pictures of people with 17 fingers. Like I get that. You know what I mean? I just don't agree with the use of AI in the sense of the fact that it's so fucking bad for the environment in this sense. Like this isn't even using it as artwork. It's just generating random fucking images. But if you use that Studio Ghibli AI thing, I really hope that you fucking burn in hell.
Bro, every time I see that on my fucking...
I want to ban it from being able to see it.
Yeah,
I don't know how to do that.
That's what I wish for.
It pisses me off to no
end. I called Sammy Guevara a corny piece of shit.
Considering the fact that the creator of all the Studio Ghibli movies quite literally said that the creator of AI does not know what pain is and he will never fucking implement it in any fucking creation he ever makes. It's just so fucking insulting. But I can go on a whole fucking tangent about that.
Fuck AI.
I don't agree with it, even just generating random fucking images to use, because, like, again, it is really fucking bad for the environment. Like, we are going to fucking kill our fucking planet. Not to sound like that fucking person, but we're literally gonna fucking kill our planet. El Grande Americano is gonna be the reason that our trees are dying, basically. I don't know. It's stupid. It's whatever. I'm not necessarily not here for it.
It's not that deep.
But it's not that deep. That's the thing.
It's not that deep.
Again, it's stupid. It's silly. It is what it is. I could take it. I could leave it. I don't really care.
It's like when fucking AEW was gonna bring in that Luigi pizza guy.
I literally just want Aleister Black back if he's gonna come back. That's all.
They're teasing him on SmackDown.
That's literally all I care about. That's the only thing I care about. So like, just give me my fucking guy back. Anyway. Moving on to Dynamite. The best fucking thing that happened with... Oh my god.
The best worst thing.
No, this was fucking hilarious.
This was so bad it was good.
What do you mean this was bad?
Who talks like this? Who fucking cuts a promo like this? What anime what anime
Omega
was this?
Talks like this.
What fucking anime was it? What phone sex voice, as Jim Cornette would say, is
Kenny Omega... First of all, Kenny Omega literally just talks like this. I miss him streaming, honestly.
What the fuck was Speedball doing though?
I don't know, but it was
Bro,
so funny.
It was so bad. Let's see. Recreate
are we talking about Speedball or are we talking about Kenny?
This whole fucking promo.
Because Kenny does genuinely talk
this whole fucking promo talk about, goddammit. Tell the audience. Tell the live studio audience. Play it word by word here. Do it.
Kenny is the funniest motherfucker on the planet. So, Kenny squashes Blake Christian?
Blake, the vanilla midget, whatever his name is.
He squashes him, whatever, 5-minute match, whatever. He, has the microphone or whatever, and Kenny's going, golly gee willikers, woo-wee, do I love wrestling in front of all of you guys. Do I love being a singles champion? And I got a challenge coming up at Revolution, Sunday, April 6th. Dynasty. It's April 6th, Sunday, April 6th.
That's this Sunday.
Yeah, not only do I got Speedball Mike Bailey, but I got Ricochet. And Speedball comes out. He has his fucking Street Fighter inspired outfit. Walks his happy little ass down to the ring. Walks in, he goes, Kenny Omega. I don't know why he said it like that. But then Kenny goes...
what the fuck is that, bro? Come on. But then
Kenny just goes, Speedball.
What the fuck was this? Come on, man.
Then Speedball's like, I've always looked up to you, I've always admired you, and I've been chasing you, and it's going to be an honor to step in the ring with you. Or no, I'm such a liar. I'm such a fucking liar. That's what I am. I'm a huge fucking liar. And he goes, before he says any of that, he goes, first of all, Kenny, I just want to say to you, congratulations. And Kenny goes, thanks. Man is confused. Like, why are you thanking me, buddy? Like, he didn't just win a match and he doesn't just have the belt on him.
Kenny is so over it.
Like, he's like, thanks. Like, my man right there, right? So then Speedball goes off and says that whole thing. And then Kenny says to Speedball, I don't even remember what the fuck I don't even remember specifically what he said, but I know at some point he ended up getting to the point of just, look, man, I'm really not here to make any more friends. I have a cat. I don't need any more of those. Whole crowd pops. Crowd pops for Dobby. Dobby mentioned. If you are unaware of Kenny Omega's cat, Dobby, my cat's fucking chirping because I'm talking about Dobby right now. But like, oh my god, cutest little buddy, cutest little baby. Anyway, and then Ricochet comes up on the Titantron and whatnot, and he starts saying a bunch of stupid shit about how he's getting married.
I forgot about this part, bro.
His bald ass head is fucking shining up the entire fucking goddamn arena.
This is the funniest part of this whole fucking promo.
So he is just yapping. Bro is yapping, right? And Kenny and Speedball are just looking at each other as bro's just fucking yapping. I'm gonna get married, whatever. Talking about how he's gonna win the belt, whatever. Does a stupid and then like whatever. And as like he's done talking and literally like the picture's going away, Kenny
It's a pre-tape promo.
It's a pre-tape. He's at home, and Kenny just goes, "Wait, Ricochet, don't leave yet. Wait, he's gone." And then just turns back around and starts talking to fucking Speedball again. Like,
what the fuck was this, man?
Genuinely, I'm not even fucking kidding, dude. This is literally just like, I know that I don't know Kenny Omega personally. I wish I did. I really wish I did. The most Kenny Omega and I have talked to each other is he's answered a couple of my questions on his stream. But if you sat there with him on his streams for a couple hours and just listened to the way that this man fucking talks, this is literally it. Like, he's not playing a character. He's just yapping.
Like,
this is just Kenny. Like,
I'm just so confused on all of this. Like, this was so bad it was good, because who exchanges words like this that's not in an anime?
No,
This was straight up anime.
I love this. I fucking love this.
because you like anime.
No, because this isn't Kenny playing a character. This is Kenny just being Kenny.
No, now I'm just talking about Speedball at this point.
Oh yeah, I don't know why Bro was talking
I'm like, Kenny Omega.
Kenny Omega. Speedball.
like what the fuck?
What is happening? Like,
then I don't know what the whole fucking Ricochet, don't leave. He's gone.
And the thing is, we can even look back at Kenny and talk about like him teaming up with Ospreay and him being like, now you can play my music because I'm scared of heights and I want to get down. Like, that's literally just how he talks. Like, and I love him so much.
Bro was on one.
He's on one, man. I fucking love that man with my whole heart. Like, nothing in this world could ever make me hate Kenny Omega. There's not a single solitary thing on this planet that can make me hate that man. I love him so fucking much. But anyway, I could sit and talk about Kenny Omega all fucking day. Let's move on to SmackDown and talk about someone who probably doesn't want to talk about Kenny Omega all fucking day. That's fucking CM Punk. CM Punk is main eventing WrestleMania, and that's not the favor.
Yes, so they have the contract signing. Punk, Rollins, Reigns. Seth Rollins is mad. He's mad at Roman. He's mad at Punk. Roman comes out. He's the head of the table. You got Punk that comes out. He came here to chew bubble gum and sign a contract, and he's all out of gum. He's looking through the contract. Roman's like, you got to go to like page 5 or whatever. He's looking, and then Paul Heyman comes and he goes, you get the main event. You get the main event. And CM Punk is tears overjoyed. Seth Rollins is pissed. He didn't want this. He didn't want the main event.
Seth Rollins is going to injure him.
Roman was like, hell yeah, one man's main event or whatever is another man's favor or whatever like that. And Punk was like, that's not the favor, homie. But thanks, like, I acknowledge you. Thanks, because of you, I'm in the main event WrestleMania. But like,
I think they're fighting with each other again. Keep talking.
But like, it's long overdue. in my opinion. CM Punk main eventing WrestleMania should have happened years ago. It really should have. It should have happened last year. Like, I don't give a fuck that he's main eventing night 1. Yeah, go ahead, play the fucking video. Go main event and night fucking 4 of a buy one get one extravaganza, whatever. Yeah,
it's funny.
Fucking go back, and I'm sure I fucking said something like the true main event is night 2 of WrestleMania. What goes on last? Yeah, absolutely, that is the true main event. Cody Rhodes and John Cena is the true main event. But you gotta have a main event night 1 technically. If you're doing fucking 2 nights, someone goes on last night 1. And then someone starts night 2. And someone ends night 2. I'm glad Punk is technically, let's just technically get in a main event at WrestleMania. He's going on last at WrestleMania. Congratulations. He fucking deserves it. It's long overdue. You love him or hate him. The man fucking deserves it. It's long overdue. And honestly, it's really cool that he's doing it with Rollins and Reigns. He's doing it with 2 of the biggest fucking stars in the company that he helped create. He created the Shield.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad this is happening. The favor is definitely going to be Heyman turning on Roman, which is great. And the big discourse about this, because that was like the next thing that we had to talk about, was like there's discourse about this saying that the women should main event, or God, Jey Uso should main event, or whatever.
Here's the thing, I just want to say this really fucking quickly, because I feel like this is just going to get straight to the point with this, pretty much. I think we need to stop with this fucking Royal Rumble thing of saying if you win the Royal Rumble, you're gonna go on to main event WrestleMania. Yeah. Because that's fucking stupid if you're gonna say that and then you're not gonna have either of the Royal Rumble winners actually main event.
Well, yeah, Charlotte and Tiffany kind of don't really.
I'm just saying
they don't deserve it.
I am just
Love
saying,
you, Tiffany.
Generally speaking, we should not be saying these things that these things are not going to be fulfilled.
They also shouldn't. They also shouldn't call Jey Uso main event Jey Uso.
Mid card Jey Uso.
Opening WrestleMania Jey Uso. That's what it's gonna be.
Curtain jerking Jey Uso. Yeet.
Yeah, literally. But yeah, like, so there's discourse about this of like, oh, the Rhea, Bianca, Io should main event, or that should main event over this. The women are never going to main event. I get that. I love women wrestling and stuff like that and everything. But the main event should be the hottest angle. What's hotter? Punk, Roman, and Seth is hotter than Rhea, Bianca, and Io that they just started 2 weeks ago. This Punk, Rollins, and Reigns thing's been going on technically since 2012. If you think about it.
Yeah. I just think that we need to not be promising a main event at WrestleMania for the Rumble if we're not going to fulfill it. That's all I'm saying. So.
Well, also.
That's my only gripe with it.
Jey Uso shouldn't just have won the Rumble anyway.
Yeah, I don't disagree in the sentiment of, the bigger story, unfortunately, like, not unfortunately, but the bigger story is going to be the one that's main eventing. Like, that's just kind of how it is.
Do I think Mox and Swerve should fucking main event Dynasty? No.
But it's the world title.
Yeah.
So that's just how it works.
It's just unfortunate. I mean, Cody and John are going to main event to begin with.
Yeah.
But, like, there has been, even in, like, Gunther and Jey Uso is not a main event feud. I'm sorry.
No, it's not.
It's not.
Alright, let's move on. Sorry, I can't see him. Let's talk about, we literally just did that. The discourse of the main event for Manias.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So, we're going on to Collision. Guess who finally fucking showed back up? Guess.
Athena.
Athena.
About time. I called it.
She's finally back on television.
They're kind of doing what I said they were gonna do, but like they're making the Owen Hart tournament, like they're beefing it up both on the men's and women's.
They're stacking it.
Yeah, like there's a lot of people in this, but like that Athena and Mercedes seems like it's gonna happen in the Owen, which okay, cool. Do I agree with this happening on Collision? No, they should have just done this on Dynamite. I know that
to watch Collision, I guess.
I know that there was discourse about this of like people complaining about like Collision not being important. And, like, yeah, I do get that and stuff like that. Like, yeah, put important stuff on Collision, too, and all that. I just feel like they should have did this on Dynamite. Because, like, it's Mercedes Moné. It's your biggest women's star, right? Against Athena, who, like, the IWC fucking loves.
I mean, TBS championship stuff should be happening on TBS, and TNT championship stuff should be happening on TNT.
Mercedes and TBS stuff.
That's what I'm saying.
And Daniel Garcia's constantly on Collision.
That's what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is,
the
like,
whole Garcia-Cole feud that I know nothing about is on Collision.
This story would have been, this story is technically a TBS story. Because with the TBS belt, I know it's going to be for the belt eventually. Should be on TBS.
Yeah, it's gonna.
That's what I'm saying.
That's the only thing about it's gonna. Well, I think it's gonna lead to them facing each other for Athena's belt. The Mercedes is gonna fucking win.
I think it should be a title for title.
It's gonna be. That's what I mean. It's gonna be title for title.
And I think that Athena should win.
That's not gonna happen.
Well, I think if anyone beats Mercedes, it should be Athena.
No. If anything, the person to beat Mercedes, probably Toni Storm.
No, maybe.
That might be, honestly, the all-in match.
She hasn't lost yet, man. She hasn't lost yet.
Does Mercedes... Oh my god, Mercedes will beat Storm. Mercedes gets the Ring of Honor title. The only belt she will need to finish her belt collection is the AEW Women's title. She beats Timeless Toni Storm at All In.
I'm gonna kill myself.
And then she'll have like 15 belts. And she'll redo the Ultimo Dragon fucking picture.
But yeah, I'm happy Athena's back on television. Basically, is what I want to say about this. Is I'm happy she's back.
About time.
Yeah, about fucking time. She's been making waves over in Ring of Honor. Very happy for her.
I'm not watching Honor Club. I'm sorry.
But yeah,
I'm not subbing the fucking Honor Club. That's bullshit.
Okay, well this pulls us into the Wrestler of the Week. And I still haven't figured out a Wrestler of the Week. So...
I'll pull up the Instagram.
Yeah, pull up the Instagram so I can take a look, because...
Talkin Wrasslin.
Right now, me trying to figure shit out...
You gotta change the Instagram profile.
I know, buddy, I know. Oh, I know, buddy, I know. I know.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking Christ. Oh my god, I forgot that on the CM Punk when I drew myself holding a tiny little Jack Perry. I was like, what the fuck am I holding? And it's a tiny little Jack Perry. Oh my god. Oh. I miss him. When's he coming back?
Never.
I'm gonna kill myself.
Don't say that on YouTube.
I know, I've been literally saying that too much. I'm so sorry. Oh my god, I honestly have no fucking idea who the fuck to pick.
Have we done Mick Foley?
Yeah, I've done Mick
Oh
Foley.
yeah, I see the picture as
Actually,
it pops up.
I kind of have an idea for one. Fuck! We already did Kyle Fletcher. Okay. Actually, hold on. One more sweep, just to make sure. You know what? Fuck it. Fuck it. Why the fuck not? Let's talk about MJF.
What a wild pick.
Let's talk about MJF.
What a wild book.
Because I'm interested in what he's been doing with the Hurt Syndicate and what he's doing with my little cowboy over there.
Okay.
So fuck it. Let's just talk about him because I feel like I could talk a good bit about MJF.
Well, I already know the answer to this. What's your introduction to MJF?
Well, golly gee, it was AEW, now wasn't it?
Okay. What made you what was your first impression of MJF?
Who the fuck is this fucking prick with his goddamn fucking Burberry ass fucking scarf walking down with his teeny tiny little fucking trunks? What the fuck is the Pinnacle? Who is this bald guy with the mustache with him? Actually, I don't even know if Dax had the mustache at the time, but
that's right. It was the Pinnacle. That's
yeah.
crazy.
What the fuck is a Pinnacle?
My first impression of MJF was the Casino Gauntlet. Or Battle Royal. The very first AEW pay-per-view, Double or Nothing.
Yeah, I
watched it.
It was Double or Nothing 2021.
Two for you.
No, 2021. Or 2020.
2021.
2021.
Yeah.
2021 for me. Is when I was introduced into him.
Mine was
I don't remember the
2019.
match. I don't know where the fuck he was, but I know he was there.
That he was in the Stadium Stampede match.
That's right, because he got like a fucking traffic cone or something thrown at his head. No, Chris Jericho, I think, picked up a fucking phone and smashed it, like went hello and hit him in the head with it.
He was feuding with Jericho at the time.
Yeah. Yeah, which I was like, what the fuck is happening right now? Why is Chris Jericho here?
I think I probably know the answer to this because it's everyone's answer. His best work in AEW. It's not what I'm thinking.
It's not.
It's not Punk.
It's not Punk. I'm biased.
Is it the Brutachos?
It's the Better Than You, baby.
God damn it.
I will say, him and Punk, spectacular. The only reason, and this is no fault of MJF's at all, the only reason I will not say the Punk feud is because I feel like there was more to it.
We never got a proper ending.
And we never got the proper ending. That's the only reason as to why, because it was unfortunately left on a cliffhanger, kind of.
Until he goes to WWE.
But I do think... I don't think he's going to with his tattoo. He's going to get beat up in the locker room.
No, he got it removed, remember?
No, he didn't. But, no, I do think his work with Punk was absolutely spectacular, of course. But I just really have a soft spot in my heart for Better Than You, baby. I really do. That was, to me, in AEW, that was Adam Cole's best work to date, and that was MJF's best work to date.
Fair.
In AEW. Because I know Adam Cole's done a lot of great stuff elsewhere. But I'm just saying, like, for that time period. It was just good. It was fun. It was silly fun. You know what I mean? And they had really good chemistry together in the ring. They worked phenomenally together. And they were over as fuck, man. Like, everyone fucking loved them. And, like, we inevitably knew what was gonna happen. But, like, even though we knew it was gonna happen, it was still just fucking heartbreak, man. I mean, although the ending to that feud was not great either. So I guess that could kind of honestly fall into a tie with Punk, because the ending was awful to Better Than You, baby. But the lead up to it was so fucking good. But at least I guess we had an ending. But like it was still just heartbreak to begin with, to know that is over with and we're never having that again. It was honestly, to me, it was really something special.
I showed you, like, that weird MJF documentary, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's fun.
Where it's, like, completely in kayfabe.
Yeah, it's so
It was by the same guy that did the Janela one, right?
Yeah. He's done a few of them. And it's so fucking funny. What's your favorite, like, MJF insult?
I don't really know if I have a favorite MJF insult.
I'm sorry. My favorite one is when he's feuding with Brian Pillman and he goes, Methany. I'm sorry, it cracked me the fuck up because, like, who says that?
I don't think I have a favorite MJF insult, but I do have a favorite MJF verbiage that I still say to this day, and I know I've said this a handful of times at work, where he said, "You got me, McShooketh."
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh my god.
I have a couple of favorite MJF promos, but the two that always pop in my head are the fucking one where he shoots on Tony.
Fire me, you fucking mark.
And then the whole fucking the build up to the Four Pillars Fatal 4-Way where it's like his Hanukkah birthday party or whatever it is.
Yeah, that was the McShooketh.
Yeah, the McShooketh one. That shit is the funniest thing. Oh, and also where he fucking sings Pennies from Heaven.
Oh my god, Pennies from Heaven was so good. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. I remember that
it was
happening.
so fucking funny. I'm sorry.
It's literally almost 1 a.m. and you're yelling. We have neighbors.
It was so funny.
But like, no, because I remember that happening, and I went into work the next day, and I think Mark looked at me and he said, "What the fuck is going on over on your fucking wrestling program?" And I was like, shooby-dooby. Like,
It was so fucking...
Like, I was just
I
fucking
mean,
straight vibing
Dinner
with that
Debonair is funny, too. I don't care about it.
I think about that very frequently. I think about that so
Because
fucking frequently.
we also can't forget, MJF is technically responsible for bringing in Nick Gage.
Oh my god, he did so much fucking random ass fucking shit. Dude, he's responsible for the Pizza Hut no longer sponsor, or Domino's.
He brought in Juventud Guerrera.
Like, I don't know what the fuck mans was on, but I mean, the thing is, I love MJF. I know why people have gotten sick of MJF. I get it. But I really like the shit going on with the Hurt Syndicate, and I really liked his little thing that's going on with Hangman as well. And I like always seeing the cracks form in his, like, persona, where, like, you know, Hangman's, like, the difference between you and me is that I'm real, and that's why these people still cheer me, that's why these people still love me, and I know that you desperately crave for that, and then MJF, like, cracks a little, and, like, shows that he does desperately care for that, but they're like, oh, no, yeah, my fucking ass.
We got to see MJF win the belt live.
Yeah, we did.
He beat Mox for the belt.
We did. We got to see that live.
Which was really cool.
It was, honestly. What if MJF wins the belt off of Mox? What if he's the one that he thrown him again?
It would be nice.
Yeah, right?
Someone. Anyone.
But, no, I think his title reign was great. Obviously, towards the end of it, there was that little bit of, like, hiccuping and whatnot. But overall, overarching, I think his title reign was it was honestly refreshing because I was so happy for Hangman to win the belt, and no disrespect to my cowboy or anything. He had great matches, but his storylines in his fucking title reign was just not, like, his booking wasn't great, but he did the best of what he could with what he did, and he always had phenomenal matches. But to me, it felt like we didn't have, like, a really good champion since Kenny. And, like, I felt like with MJF, we did have that for a while, because he was the longest reigning one. And it was great, you know what I mean? Like, you always love a heel champion. And Kenny was a great fucking heel champion. Kenny's so fucking good as a heel. And I love seeing Hangman as champion. I just wish that they booked him better with it. But he worked his little cowboy OC off. He bled every fucking week. We love him. But no, I get why people are kind of over MJF. He has lost a little bit of that sparkle and that little zazz, through no fault of his own or anything. He does the best with what he's given, and I think he still knocks it out of the park every time. It's still classic MJF. But I still like him. You know, I'm still happy to see him on my TV screen. I'm still stopping what I'm doing to listen to MJF. You know what I mean? You can let that man talk for 30 minutes on the TV. I'm not going to fucking complain about it, because I know it's going to be funny. I know someone's going to say something to someone, and it's going to get a pop. And you see what he said to somebody on Twitter? Because you know, like, AEW was brought up on WWE this past week, with the Cody and Cena, which we're not going to talk about.
I know what you're talking about.
We'll talk about that next week. But MJF made a comment about it, and he said, "You're so poor, your TV only has 2 stations, on and off." And I'm like, that's fucking crazy, man. That's hilarious. But no, I've always liked MJF. You know, I don't think I'm ever not gonna like MJF. So, what about you?
I've always liked MJF. Good promo, great wrestler, good in the ring, can talk. He's young. You got it all. There's some misses that he's had, but, like,
there's gonna be in your career.
We'll just blame Tony for that.
The thing is, yeah, there's gonna be misses in your career. It's not always gonna be all perfect.
We'll just blame Tony for it.
You know what I mean? Do you like the autism clicker?
I like this because it's like a keyboard.
Yeah, it sounds nice.
It's like, I don't like this.
I'm glad that you're not annoyed by this.
I probably will eventually. But yeah, take us out if you're listening.
All right, well,
MJF.
Shooby dooby. Thank you guys so much for listening and watching through my fucking stuffiness and all. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to like, share, subscribe, send it to your friends, your family, send it on over to MJF. Or
show MJF this podcast. I want him to roast it.
Yeah, I already got MJF to roast me once. I want him to roast our podcast too. If you want to follow us on Instagram, you can follow us at Talkin Wrasslin. Talkin Wrasslin Pod. That is TALKIN_WRASSLIN_POD. If you want to follow me on any of my social medias, you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at the same handle, which is Lungtar, LUNG_TAR. You can find me on Blue Sky at Lungtar, LUNG_ or a single hyphen TAR. I'll figure it out one day. And then you can find me on TikTok at Lungbucks. That is LUNG_ _BUCKS. Dylan, where can these stupid fucking marks find you?
You can find me on the Instagram at DYL_line, WEAVES_line, and then on Twitter, now known as X, run by Stupid Elon. Same thing as my Instagram, but no underscores. It's just all one word. So yeah.
But yeah, thank you guys so much for listening and watching, and we will catch you over in the next one. That's us signing out. That's us typing out to sign out of this. Goodbye.
Bye.